Libra, your week beginning the 10th of November forecast begins with Mercury, the planet of communication, having gone into the last of its retrogrades this year, initially in the sign of Sagittarius, which is about quick communication for you personally. But Mercury is going to be merging with Mars this week, which can be a very authoritative combination, but one that can also engender a degree of irritation and frustration if things don't move quite as quickly as we want. So if you are set to have an important meeting, or you need to do a proposal, or you're having a conversation, do choose your words with care and try to ward off any frustration that could mount. Now, Jupiter, the biggest planet and very much to do with growth, optimism and good fortune, goes into a retrograde in your sector of career, work and ambitions on Tuesday. But unlike Mercury, whose retrograde ends in Sagittarius on the 19th of November and in Scorpio by the 29th, Jupiter's retrograde for 4 months through to the 11th of March next year. Does it mean that your career progress or hopes around a big ambition are not going to come through? No. What Jupiter can do is give us a sense of positivity and possibility. The Jupiter retrograde just asks us to be as realistic as possible about our hopes. And by the end of this week, Jupiter's actually combining with Saturn, the planet of realism, and the Sun, which is the heart of our existence, in an extraordinarily positive way. So if you can get the balance of the details, the productivity, the ideas, and also the belief just right, you can still make progress. But also at the heart of this week, there is a quarter moon. And because that occurs in the part of your chart to do with friends and squares off to the Sun in the second house, which can be about money, but also values, if you're not quite aligning to someone, or your future hopes aren't quite as realistic as they could be, despite the fact your ruler Venus is in an incredibly positive part of its journey and will be through to the 30th of this month, that's where you just need to make sure that you are keeping it real. So there could be a bit of frustration early on this week. You may feel very excited about an idea that you want to push forwards with. Slow things down. Make sure your plan really is worked out, stacks up, and can achieve what you're saying it can do. And by the end of this week, your solid way of approaching things and your diplomacy can actually still bring a big result your way before the end of this year. If you've yet to order your year 2026 personal horoscope, totally based on your unique birth data and 30% off, please see the link below for more.